Chapter 17. The Creator Mind. When I say imperfect, I mean it was not yet the ultimate in complexity. God has a particular nature. He is an experimenter. Once he successfully experiments with one thing, he will experiment with something even more challenging and complex. Gaia is considered one of the initial creations God made. He encoded it to create its own physical form as celestial bodies or worlds. But once it was a celestial body, it did not yet possess the mechanism to create another being like itself, or what you call the mechanism of propagation. The first creation developed further from the world that God experimented with creating was the plant life. At that time, he considered his objective achieved because it could reproduce on its own. God was very proud of this success and enjoyed the act of creation at that time. Every consciousness that possessed the nature of God encoded its own energy box with the form it would take, the type of stem it would have, the color of its flowers, whether it would bear fruit, and its mechanism for reproduction. This is when the various species of plants came into being. Once he was satisfied with the tangible forms of plants, he challenged the remaining consciousnesses with the task that the new creation would have to be able to move. From this came the forms of life that you call animals. In the early stages, animals still had a reproductive system somewhat similar to plants. But once he saw that this mechanism could reproduce in a complete animal form, or when the sexual system for reproduction came into being, at that time he was very proud of this new form of creation. Those consciousnesses of God also enjoyed encoding their energy boxes with the creation of various animal species, and when they were satisfied with what they had created, a new challenge arose. He finished speaking and turned to look intently at my face. "Is something wrong?" I asked, noticing that Foch was staring at me. "Do you know how proud God was of this new creation?" he asked. "What do you mean?" I asked again. "Your humanity. How much so?" I inquired. "This new creation is the most perfect of all. There is nothing more perfect than this. Not only can this creation propagate on its own and move freely from place to place, but it also has the ability to create new things endlessly. This new creation has fingers more capable than any other animal, a mouth that can produce a wide variety of sounds, and especially a highly efficient brain capable of thinking analytically and processing complex stories. In simple terms, he replicated his own creative nature in physical form through humans. Be proud of yourselves, for you are God's most magnificent creation, and most importantly, you are the origin of the information that God desires to experience through you. God desires to keep every experience of each of you in the safest place, so that it will never be lost. Gaia is the safest data backup, with God being the largest storage source. Or, to put it another way, if you want to access the largest source of knowledge, go to God, because God can connect with, or be one with, the data backup in the form of Gaia throughout the entire universe. He further explained, "I'm starting to wonder what the true physical form of Gaia is like." I expressed my curiosity, because the location of Gaia is precisely at the innermost center of the Earth's core. As I mentioned, this point is a white light. Beyond this point of light, there is a cavernous space with vast, open walls. The material composing this cavity is a pure, clear white substance with the highest degree of hardness, or what you call diamond. It forms a spherical wall surrounding the point of light. Upon entering, you would see crystal pillars with facets, some small and some large, all pointing towards the center, similar to when you cut certain gemstones in half and see the hollow with faceted crystals inside. The only difference is that this cavity is much larger, and the outermost part of Gaia has a perfectly spherical form, with no distortions whatsoever. This outermost surface is smooth, lustrous, deep black in color, and extremely hard, so hard that nothing can penetrate into the cavity. This substance encases the hardest, clear white crystal pillars. This is the physical form of Gaia, specifically in the part that serves as a data backup. He added, "Can you go inside there I asked. No physical form can intrude into that place because it is enveloped by pure oxygen. Although by its nature it possesses no heat, akin to the magma that encases the pure oxygen. It holds an intensity of pure energy far exceeding what any foreign object could mingle with without compromising its purity. Even if one were to pass through, they would still encounter another layer of defense, an impenetrably strong, deep black barrier. Therefore, no one can absolutely enter, he replied. Oh, then how do you know what the interior of Gaia is like? I asked. The only way to enter that place is through the mind, he answered. And can someone like me enter? I asked with fervent curiosity. Your current skills alone are not yet sufficient to enter. Spiritual travel carries considerable risk, especially when entering forbidden zones, or if by some chance you are able to enter without a guide to look after you, you could unknowingly become mentally deranged. This is because it is densely packed with both the oldest and the newest information. The moment the mind comes into contact with the energy there, the mind, being energy itself, will violently draw in that information, leading to a state of being overwhelmed. It's similar to a computer with limited memory trying to run a program that requires vast amounts of data processing. Your computer would immediately freeze. In this case, the data or programs being opened simultaneously are the accumulated knowledge of the entire world from the past to the present, an amount far exceeding the processing capabilities of the human brain. Therefore, you need certain skills or to be guided in, even for a mental journey, he explained. Could you please take me? I pleaded. If it is your wish, I would be glad to, he agreed. Thank you very much. I'm so excited, I quickly thanked Foch, as this seemed like the only opportunity to enter that place. All right, in truth, I could take you there instantaneously, but I'm considering taking you in a way that will allow you to see the entire true state of things. He proposed a method. See the entire state of things, how? I asked. The same way I brought you here. But it will look rather hair-raising and frightening, he replied. Okay,